The school bell rang, and students poured out classrooms like a wave. Among them walked Ethan Cole, a quiet 17-year-old with tired eyes, a mop handle poking out his backpack. He wasn't rushing to meet friends or play basketball. He was heading toward the janitor's closet. Every evening after class, Ethan cleaned the same halls he'd walked through as a student. The same kids who tossed paper balls during lessons now tossed insults his way. "Hey, custodian Cole," sneered Blake Hunter, the football captain. "You miss a spot." Laughter followed. Ethan's cheeks flushed, but he kept scrubbing. He needed this job. It paid for his mother's medicine and the gas in their old car. He whispered to himself, "They see a mop, not the dream behind it." That night, as he locked up the supply room, Ethan glanced at the dusty trophies in the hallway display. One plaque read, "Excellence comes from perseverance." He smiled faintly. One day they'll see. The next day at lunch, Ethan sat alone with his peanut butter sandwich. His uniform shirt still had faint bleach stains. Blake and his friend spotted him and smirked. "Hey, janitor boy," Blake shouted. "Want to clean our table after we're done?" The cafeteria roared with laughter. Ethan said nothing. He gathered his lunch tray and walked away. But as he turned, he overheard one girl whisper, "He's just pathetic." He clenched his fists. He wasn't angry, just determined. After school, he headed to the city library. For hours, he watched videos and read books about business, cars, and finance. His dream was simple yet impossible to most, to one day build something of his own. When the librarian turned off the lights, Ethan was still there, eyes bright under the dim glow of the desk lamp. Over the following months, Ethan turned every free moment into a lesson. He started fixing old bikes in his garage, selling them online. Then came phones, laptops, anything broken he could repair. Soon, he was earning more in a week than the bullies made in a month at their part-time jobs. Still, he never bragged. He still cleaned classrooms every evening, quietly stacking his savings and learning more about business. One day, a teacher noticed his determination. "Ethan," she said kindly, "you work harder than anyone I know. What are you planning for after graduation?" He smiled. "Something big, ma'am, but it's not time yet." In secret, Ethan was working on an app, a platform connecting local repairers to clients who needed quick, affordable service. He called it Fix It Now. It was just a school project at first, but it was about to change everything. Prom season arrived. Students talk about tuxedos, limos, and designer shoes. Ethan didn't plan to go, but when he passed the hallway and heard Blake shouting, "Yo, even the janitor could use a mop as his prom date," laughter erupted again. Ethan finally snapped. He dropped the mop and stared at Blake. "Keep laughing, man, because when I'm done building what I'm building, you'll wish you'd been nicer." Blake smirked. "Sure thing, Elon Musk." Ethan walked away, not in shame, but in quiet promise. That night, he sent his app prototype to a local startup competition. He didn't expect to win. He just wanted a chance. A week later, his phone buzzed with an email. "Congratulations, Ethan Cole. You've been selected as a finalist for the City Innovation Grant." At the competition, rows of investors watched as Ethan, wearing his best thrift store shirt, stood on stage to present Fix It Now. His voice shook at first, but his passion carried him through. He spoke about community empowerment, about how skilled young people needed opportunities, not pity. When he finished, there was silence, and then thunderous applause. After the event, a man in a gray suit approached him. "I'm Marcus Reed, venture capitalist," he said. "I want to invest in your company." Ethan blinked. "How much?" Marcus smiled. "Enough to turn your idea into reality." By the end of that month, Ethan was running a legitimate business with offices, employees, and nationwide interest. His name appeared in the local paper. From janitor to CEO, teen entrepreneur builds repair empire. Graduation day. Blake strutted across the parking lot, posing beside his shiny used sports car. His friends were laughing when the crowd's attention suddenly shifted. A sleek black Rolls Royce Phantom glided through the gates. The door opened, and Ethan stepped out, dressed in a tailored suit, calm and confident. Phones flew up. Gasps echoed. "Is that Ethan?" someone whispered. No way, that's the janitor kid. Blake's grin vanished. Ethan walked over, keys in hand. Hey, Blake, remember when you said I'd never make it? Blake swallowed hard. Why, yeah, I was just joking, man. Ethan smiled kindly. I know. That's why I didn't listen. Reporters approached for photos. Students gathered around. Ethan wasn't the same quiet boy anymore. He was living proof that humility and hard work outlast mockery. Months later, Ethan stood on a stage again, this time at the same school where he once scrubbed floors. A new plaque hung on the wall behind him. Ethan Cole, Alumnus of Honor. He looked out at the students and smiled. When I cleaned these halls, people laughed. But I learned something. It's not where you start that matters. It's what you build when no one believes in you. Applause filled the auditorium. Blake, now a humble former bully, approached after the event. Ethan, I'm sorry. You deserve better. Ethan patted his shoulder. We all grow up sometime. Take care how you treat people, because someday they might be the ones handing you a job. Outside, the Rolls Royce gleamed in the sunlight. Ethan glanced at it, then at the school building he once cleaned. He whispered to himself, every floor I scrubbed was a step to this moment. And as the car pulled away, the janitor kid who was once mocked to become a symbol of perseverance, humility, and unstoppable belief